Okay, so what we've got here is the micro data center product. It's an all-in-one cabinet system for IT infrastructure. I'm just going to step through all the main parts of it. The presentation, the sales presentation, will tell you all about it. But looking from the front, the very first thing we see is the HDMI panel. So this just enables you to have a bit of a brief look. So look, if you just click on the Eaton logo, you'll get up there the power of the UPS, how much output it is. In this instance it's 0% because there's nothing connected to it. And over on the right here it shows the cooling, what the current the computer room air conditioner is outputting, what the humidity is and the temperature, and that the cooling system is on. And then we'll go inside and have a closer look in a moment. But the other parts that we can look at, so we've looked at the power, we can go to the power tab, and that will show us the current UPS, looking at the power flow through there, a mimic of what's going on. If we go to the cooling tab, it shows you what the temperatures are and the humidities in the front and the rear. Clearly, normally the front side of the cabinet is the cool side inside and the hot air is on the rear. So this is showing you that. And then finally, if we go to the environment tab, it's all green. Green's indicating good. So we've got the back door is locked, the front door is locked, the water level sensor, we'll have a look at those in a moment, is green, and the smoke sensor is good. So if we want to open the cabinet up, we would press the press to open. Now I've got to put a password in there, and I'm going to put the password in, enter, password is valid, enter, the door just opens up. So door's opened up for us. Likewise, we can press the button again to open the back doors up. We'll go around and have a look in a moment, but you probably heard that open up. I'll just step through what we've got inside here. So at the top is the monitoring unit, the Eaton, some people call it the Raptor monitoring unit. So this brings into it the inputs from the door locks, the water sensors, the fire sensors, and all of that sort of stuff, all of the monitoring, and outputs HMI to the display panel, and output here is from Ethernet, which is an Ethernet port, so that it can be web browsed. So as we go down, basically we've got 29 rack units of space available for a customer to put their servers and switches and so on. And down the bottom here we have the UPS. So inbuilt into here are two UPSs, UPS 1 and 2. One of those UPSs is to support electrically the load equipment. The second UPS is to support the air conditioning unit. The air conditioning unit down the bottom here is the indoor part of the air conditioning unit. So this takes hot air from the back of the servers and lowers the temperature so that you get cool air, and that circulates around. So cool air going into the servers, hot air coming out the back. Also we've got down here is a maintenance bypass switch, or a PDU, the power distribution module. The power distribution module is made to Australian standards, to AS3000, and at the front end here we've got some surge protection. So we've got a surge diverter on the line, side line and neutral, and then a diverter between neutral and earth, and they look green to indicate that they are still operative, and those little windows there will turn red if those surge diverter modules needed replacing. Over here we've got maintenance bypass switches, so this enables us to put the UPS fully into maintenance bypass to bring the AC power in to bypass the UPS so that we could take them out of service if we needed to at some stage. You can also look on the UPS as normally and see what load is on the UPS and how they're operating, and so on. Down the bottom here are the door locks. So there's one at the bottom, one at the top, and they're what's remotely operated. So electrically they are operated to open the doors up. But you can see here the door panel has a rubber seal around it, so that when we close the door, not only is it secured, but it's also now sealed against dust. So that forms a dust-tight environment for your equipment. If we come around to the back, we previously opened up the doors from the front panel. So the rear panel's doors open up here. And just having a look at what we can see in here, we've got a smoke detector at the top. clearly we've got a light here, and that light is operated by the door switch, so that when the doors are closed, the light's out. It's like a fridge. And as we move down, we've got a managed PDU running down the side here. So this PDU, power distribution unit, is plugged into the UPS, and this provides a fully managed output to all of your servers or other equipment that's fitted in here. Down the bottom, we also have a water sensor. So the little pink device down here is a water sensor, and that's really just to pick up if there was any flooding or anything else like that. This is the back of the air conditioner or the cooling unit. So the hot air comes out of the servers, out of the UPS, comes down here and is sucked in through the filter here and into the cooling unit. But effectively, once the doors are closed, this becomes a sealed unit. Other than that, that's pretty much the system. There is a sump down underneath the cooling unit. You can't see it from here, but underneath this is a sump which enables any water, should it come from the cooling unit because it's condensing humidity, that water will go into the sump, and then there's a plastic pipe that can be run to the outside to drain any water should it happen. But other than that, we can close the doors up and it's all sealed. In the event of an emergency, if the temperature got too hot inside, to protect the server equipment, these doors would open up automatically, electronically, and open up automatically. And what we're looking at down here, although it's not connected, this is the outdoor unit. So this is the other part of the cooling system. So this is placed outdoor, it would normally be outside the building, and what we're doing is taking waste heat from inside here and removing it to the outside through this unit here. This unit is connected electrically back to the indoor unit, and it's connected with piping and so on as a normal cooling system. What we're going to have a look at next is we're going to log into the controller and just have a look at it remotely. Alright, so what we've done here is we've connected via Ethernet cable. We could be standing in front of this unit or we could be at the other side of the world, it really doesn't matter. But we're connected purely via the web browser here. So my laptop, I've pinged the IP address of the cabinet, and I can look down through the web browser system. I can look at things like system status, cooling status, environment, power. I've got various logs, power log, cooling log, all sorts of things that I can do here. I can send SNMP messages from the cabinet in the event of alarms. But I can also do things like, if I was the IT manager and I wanted someone on site, this could be a cabinet, a site many hundreds of kilometres away, I need somebody to go in there and reset a server or something. I can open the doors remotely. I could tell them a code, of course, and they could go up to the front panel. But in this instance, I'm just going to open the doors up remotely and just demonstrate that. So you can probably see now, I can, well, it's asking me to put my password in, so just do that. There we go. And on that basis, it says now you can open the door. So there we go. And if you can see up here on the display, it's indicating that there's a warning because the front door's open. And I'd be getting that up here on my remote monitoring site as well. So there you go.